It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey everybody, what's going on? How y'all doing today? We are back for another BondyBlue show. Okay, what's going on, everybody? It's good to see you. It's good to see me. All right. So we're gonna get into Real Housewives of Atlanta, but as everybody comes into the room, girl, listen, I was downstairs right before I came up here, and I haven't been paying attention to reality TV like that, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been doing my BondyBlue shows. I've been watching this reality show, the few reality shows that I watch now, and playing the Sims. Been playing the Sims for like crazy. Like I think I played all day yesterday. Like I have to tell myself to get off the computer. It reminds me of when I was a kid, when I was a teenager and that shit first came out, and I couldn't wait till the summer so that I could sit in front of my computer all day and all night with nobody telling me I needed to go to bed. So as an adult now, I like to do the things that I wish I could have done, as a kid without somebody, bothering me about it, and sitting there playing The Sims for for 14 fucking hours. Yeah, girl. Like, and then like people don't know how old I am, right? So I remember when The Sims came out. I had my husband dying laughing when I brought up how I used to have my mama down to the Circuit City buying me a new game every time one came out because we played Sim City at my middle school, right? They picked them a good white middle school for me to go to, y'all. And we had computer class. And that computer class, they had Sim City. I don't know if y'all remember that. You got to be old to remember Sim City when it first came out. That shit was addictive. You build you a little town. Next thing you know, a tornado comes through, a fire starts, and the whole city is done, and you got to start all over again. They fucked around and came out with The Sims, and what, like 2000? When I tell y'all the addiction, literally one of the only games I play. I used to be an arcade girl. So like I like fighting games, I like shooting games, but like I've never really gotten into it on, ever since the Sega Genesis era was over, I haven't been ever since PlayStation 2 was over, I have not really been into like gaming like that. But The Sims kind of took over, and whenever I get in a gaming mood, y'all, I'm just on it. And I really want to turn that into content at some point. But I feel like I just be on there doing shit. Like I don't think that would be entertaining, but I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Yeah, just mindlessly playing. It's really good for me though. Because if not, I'm consistently picking my phone up or some shit. The social media being a work aspect is sometimes really tough to stop. You know what I mean? It's tough to put it down and like really stop sometimes. And I love when I can do something that just makes me go somewhere else. Um, but I say all that to say is that I just so happened to see that Love and Marriage Detroit was on. And I know we don't really watch that no more. Like us, you and me. We don't really watch that no more, right? But every once in a while, I put shit on when I'm playing a game just so I could watch something. I ain't really paying attention, right? But this shit came on, right? And y'all, I haven't watched the whole episode, but this nigga right here, this is all I want to say, y'all. This is all I want to say, and I'm gonna get off here. I want him to get to? Hold on, let me turn it off so that I can get to a shot without them flagging me. Okay, this nigga right here. Yeah, I hate to laugh like that. It's just funny how easy it is for me to see. This nigga's a whore. This nigga's a whore, and he has a beautiful, long-suffering wife. If you have to tell your husband to call you and let you know he alive because he decides he wants to go out into the world and just act like he don't, y'all don't need to have no type of conversation whatsoever. Like, girl, he cheating on you, girl. Girl, he cheating on you. He cheating on you. And then he run a club. I think he runs more than one lounge club area. Then you light skin. Look how he dressed. You know what I'm saying? Like you look like you got a little style to you. You know what I'm saying? You look like you in somewhat a good shape. Got a nice size on you. You still got your fucking hair. Oh yeah, nigga, you a hoe. You a hoe. Y'all, we don't have to argue about this. We do not have to argue about this. This is the prelude to Real Housewives of Atlanta because they wasn't giving y'all shit like that. So I'm giving y'all layers today. Okay. And I just had to come and tell y'all. I just had to come and tell y'all that I don't care what these people trying to act like happening on this show. That lady is sad and depressed because that nigga is out in the street doing whatever the fuck he want to do. And she at home looking like she about to cry every 5 minutes. They at the Cartier jeweler because for some reason he's always losing. I think he either said cuff links or watch glasses. I don't know what it was. It's something expensive from Cartier that he keeps losing. Why you keep losing shit like that? Yeah, people lose sunglasses all the time, y'all. That's why I don't spend a lot of money on sunglasses no more. Okay? But look at these people. Look at these people, y'all.
More than enough. I'm gonna get some wires.
Okay. Give me a few minutes, I'll get everything together.
Appreciate you, brother. What size glasses do you wear?
I don't know. These come in sizes?
Hold up.
Yeah.
I'll see.
Yeah. Big face, little face. Cartiers are literally the go-to
There we go.
jewelry piece for any Detroiter. Cartier is pronounced Cartier to some people in Detroit. We just call them yays. As a Detroiter, you gotta have a pair of Cartiers, but I just lose mine a lot. So I'm about $8,000 in.
Ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
I know how important you feel like I need to be safe out here, and you worry about when I buy more stuff, so I'm not going to Puffs.
And these
I'm
just
going
seem
to
like
Wires.
another, oh, look what he got on.
It's not gonna be like that.
Okay.
Now, first off, I'm gonna be a little more safer, a little more, reserved and when I'm out.
You know, you are in different places at different times, and I just feel like communication should be at the utmost with you because you're constantly in the limelight. Like I told you before, your safety is just my biggest concern.
I mean, I understand that. And I was telling Brandon, like we started talking about locations and started talking about comfortability can get you in a bad place. You know, I did say
So
yes.
knowing this, how are you gonna start moving differently?
I need to allow you to know, whatever safe places that I'm going to after an unsafe time.
Absolutely.
And I mean, so I understand that. I'll contact
We just need to get like Christina and Brandon and maybe share locations.
the thing about it is this. Being like Brandon and Christina, I have no problem with that. But seeing the issues they go through, do you really want to say we should be like Brandon and Christina? Because you never know. The sharing of locations and overthinking may be part of the issues of Brandon and Christina. I don't think we've ever had any issues. I mean, I have no problem sharing like the location. I mean, if you want to geotag me, go ahead. If you want to put Apple tags in my socks and my drawers, I mean,
Right there. Okay.
what you gotta, but I mean,
Okay, so let's share locations right now then.
okay. Okay.
Come on.
Go ahead. Request one. Don't be asking me why I'm not somewhere that I'm supposed to be, because you're gonna get bored seeing I'm at District and Debo's
I
every
mean,
single day.
I know where you are for the most part, but there are times where it's late and I don't know where you are.
And everything closed at 2 probably. So what else is going on?
That's cool. I can pull up the camera at any venue at any point in time and show you exactly where I'm at. I mean, it is what it is on that. That just means that when you say you're about to go to the gas station for a second, I see you at Target.
Bro,
30
that
minutes
is
later.
totally different. That's totally different.
All of these, I'm sorry, y'all. So what's really happening in this moment? You're scared to share your location with her, even though you feel like you're still gonna be able to get around it. Him and Brandon had a conversation, and Brandon said, even if you have to have 2 phones, give her the location of one of them to put her mind at ease. Figure out a better way to cheat so she feels more comfortable. That's all this is. And then for him to be throwing out, oh, so, I'm going to have your location. So when you say you at the gas station, but you really at Target, nigga, please don't talk to me about spending no fucking money at Target. Like that's Cartier. Like that's Louis Vuitton. Like that's the mall. Don't act like I'm out. When somebody is in Target, as much as Target got little nice shit for you to buy, it's house shit, bitch. It's house shit and shit to wear around the house. It's not clothes for you to be out in a club, especially if your nigga got on Cartier jewelry and shit, then lost $8,000 on some expensive name brand fucking jewelry. Nigga, you better not be talking to me about going to no motherfucking Target where I gotta buy groceries and cleaning products and linens and towels and cleaning appliances. Like, don't fucking play with me, nigga. Like, are you out of your, like, see, all of that, to me, I'm clocking every little thing he says to let me know how this is simply a manipulation. And I'm looking at her looking sad because she's smart and she knows it's a manipulation. But y'all know how you be. You be in freeze mode. You know you unhappy. You know you don't trust him. You know he out here acting like a hoe. But you think maybe you can just hold on. Hold on till his dick start malfunctioning, and then he'll sit his ass down somewhere. And just, that's sad. Ain't that sad that a woman gotta wait until her nigga dick start malfunctioning in order for him to start being loyal to her? That's sad. That's sad. But I feel like that's what really be going on. You know what I'm saying? Like the gaslighting. Yes, the gaslighting. Like, even like, y'all, I have no sympathy. Christina and her husband that have decided to stay together, no matter the fact that he was very much giving, I don't give a fuck about you, but now he gonna put some energy into her because he realizes that it is more financially beneficial for you to place your eggs in Christina's basket. And this is advice from Anthony. Anthony is such a fucking weirdo, bro. He's such a weirdo. He has his moments, but he's a fucking weirdo. I don't care what nobody talking about. You being jealous of Brandon and the other nigga, the one down here who we just watched. What's his name, y'all? I didn't forgot already. Okay. What's the people? Lakita and Bravo. Yes, Bravo. You being jealous of Brandon and Bravo's relationship after Brandon treated you the way he did. Listen, y'all can sit up here and act like when you have a group of men, if you have at least 3 or more men, at least 2 of them are going to fit the prototype of one of these stereotypes out here about black men. Either one where he's a whore, one where he's abusive, or one when he really probably is more emotionally attracted to men, but he can't be and be successful living in a Bible Belt, still being surrounded by your family. That's why you wanted to be out of town. Right, Anthony? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to forever be clocking these niggas' teeth. Because it shows up in way too many ways. The way Anthony acts about the other men and all of that, it very much gives you have romantic emotional attachments to your homeboys. And I know niggas like that in real life. And I know the niggas that may not necessarily be gay, but they like the fact that they got homeboys that feel that way about them. I'm sorry, but it's real. It is really real for niggas to have these homoerotic relationships in their heterosexual, cisgendered, bro friendships. Just saying. All you got, because I'm just telling y'all right now. You got the church man, whore. Gym man, whore. Brandon, pretty, white mama, aggravating, narcissistic, suck you of all your energy, but will also go find the pretty mean girl to turn into an insecure stay-at-home mom. Okay. So people ain't gonna really have no sympathy for Christina because she is not that good of a person when it comes to other people. She lies, she low-key fraudulent, pretend to be a good person, but really kind of grimy. He got with her intentionally. They got similar things going on, but it don't change the fact that relationship is very much given emotionally abusive. Okay, Brandon here in the middle and his old lady. Okay, he finally letting her sing. Okay, Ricky is finally letting Lucy sing at the goddamn club. And I'm not even gonna get into how I feel like, you know, the doctor and her husband. All I know is I know some real nice older millennial Gen Z lesbians. Okay, lipstick lesbians, girl. They both your feminine aunties, okay? Maybe not too feminine, more earthy, right? You know what I'm saying? A little bit more laid back, got a good office job, bitch, got a lot of vacation days, a lot of good education, read books, read the newspaper. When I tell y'all, whatever reality where the doctor is in a long-term relationship with a woman she's really in love with, that's her same, you know, around her same age, I see that reality. I see that reality with that lady. Okay. Like I see that reality with that lady. They together because they the same. Okay. Y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all. I don't know if y'all know, but gay people are extremely successful. Like there's a small group of black people in every, like, you know, city community that are making really good money. Went to college, you know what I'm saying? The girls did have some good jobs, you know, they go after the bread. And they're gay. They're gay girls, but they go after the bread. Okay, they go after the bread. First and foremost, these ladies got a lot of vacation days. They got a lot of education. They also probably like to tie bitches up. They're into kink. Okay, but they got a girlfriend. And Dr. Latoya, you see it too. Okay. Oh my God. Hold on, let me see. I'm gay, but that show seems like straight black man's wet dream the way they act on there. Yeah, but if you pay close attention to why men act the way they do, that makes it even more interesting because you find out that motherfuckers is not straight at all. Niggas is having these weird ass homoerotic relationships with each other. And instead of us recognizing that, we want to act like it's not happening. Right? So then these men have the right to look down on gay people from the pedestals of their churches when really, in real life, you're a whore. And when nobody's looking, you might fuck a man. Or at least let them give you some knowledge. Y'all niggas will definitely let a nigga suck y'all dick. Let's not even play. Let's not even play. I hate the way men be acting like they not some of the most nastiest creatures. Like, of course, there are always men that's like, nah, that shit, like I'm straight. Like, leave me alone. Like, I'm a good. There are always those men. Please don't get me wrong. But for the most part, if no woman would find out about it, niggas would do most of the shit you think they wouldn't do. If no woman, that's why all that shit be happening in jail, y'all. That's why that shit be happening like that in jail. Because ain't nobody around to say nothing. Like, who gonna say something? I might kill you. Who gonna say something? Listen, okay? Yeah, nah, people will be way more fluid than they like to admit. And I feel like there are certain types of men and personalities that I think are shields for it. And I told Anthony, like, you know, to his face, not to his face, but like, you know, we was on Twitter one day going back and forth. And I was just like, Anthony, my nigga, you acting like a bitch. Like, I know you don't want to admit it, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's how you go about it. It's the way you want to make confrontation with some woman. And then when you have confrontation with men, it's like low key so that you could prove that you're not only confrontational with women, but that you're also confrontational with men. But the things you be mad at men about is like shit you jealous about how their relationship is. When it comes to the women, you mad at the women because either they doing too much just as themselves. Like, I really feel like Anthony just don't like Christina because of the type of woman she is. Whatever that means. He just don't like her for that reason, but he also don't like her because he was emotionally enmeshed with Brandon. So whatever negative things Brandon had to say about her, just like a side chick, Anthony kind of soaks it in and then starts to create this kind of really negative relationship with this woman in his own mind before it starts presenting itself in front of everybody. But like the first season, you kind of see these little moments where he just has to like cause an issue, has to cause a problem. Gotta, and I'm just like, and it's because y'all a bunch of straight men having homoerotic relationships with each other and then having these very very exploitative relationships with the women, right? And you can find issue with all of the women, but it always feels like the men are getting over on the women. They are. The men are getting over on the women in some type of way, whether it's so she will stay, she's beautiful. This nigga down here, when I tell you that lady is absolutely shrinking herself to be with that man, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Anything he could do, she could probably do better. I don't care. That is usually the case. Usually when a man is somewhere with a smart woman that is shrinking herself for his ego, she can do whatever he does and do it better. Because in some ways, niggas always trying to like low-key co-opt your personality. That's why they get with certain types of women, because they admire something about those women. And it's something that they can pull from the woman and adopt as their own. And because we have these social structures of relationships, if she keep her ass in a house, then you can use what she has only for yourself. And because men instinctually are like mine, like that's how they treat they really good, like, special, sparkly, beautiful wives. Like you go and get these women so that you can dole them in some type of way. It is so weird. But a lot of men do that. And it's really to use those women to promote whatever the image they want to promote is. And the women are down for the image promoting. Please don't get me wrong. They get to live a comfortable lifestyle. They don't have to be honest about how they are. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's not a mutually manipulative relationship. But on some level, I still feel like the men are always getting the better half of the deal. Y'all are always getting the better half of the deal, because it's like you get to be with somebody and then have your friends that you could be honest with. You have your friends that you tell the truth to, and then you lie to her. And she's telling you everything. She don't really even have relationships with her friends like that, because being with you kind of takes away from that. So you the only one that really have an outlet and other people that you're honest with. And the woman is sitting up there looking for everything out of the man, while the man is kind of putting all of his shit wherever he wants to. That, the women absolutely lose more. And I hate to call it out like that, but every single one of these women, I feel like in some ways are like making some concession that they don't want to make. That's just what it seems like with all of them. And y'all know that's what they like over there on y'all. They love them a long suffering woman story, y'all. Okay, they love that. All right, y'all like the video. We about to get into Real Housewives of Atlanta now. It's like 717 of y'all in here. I feel like we can get into it now. Okay, do me a favor though, before we get into it, shake up the energy, bitch. Like the video for me. All right. Yes. Okay. Girl, let me get my notes out. I'm gonna tell y'all all for real. Portia's boring. Portia's boring. I just gonna get it on my chest. Let me get it on my chest. Okay. I just want to let y'all know that. I know y'all thought that y'all girl was gonna come back and be the star of the show, but that one scene we got from her with Dennis and the Ompel that looks like a teenager, I was like, how old is the Ompel? How old is she? She from South Africa. How old is she? Where did y'all get her from? How did y'all find out about her? Because, and she gonna live on your property I feel okay. Can I say it? Can I say it? I feel like Portia is about to abuse having an own PR. Okay. I feel like having a nanny there 24/7 living on the property is going to make it easier for Portia to pretend like she's being a good mother when she really out here acting like a thot. And I'm not gonna be mad about it because Dennis is involved. Dennis is involved. Her sister is there. The on looks like, Dennis might try to, mac or groom her. So be safe. I hope not. Sometimes Dennis look like he got sense, but also I feel like he's a horn dog, and the dick will lead him. And a young woman like that, that's green, and niggas love a green bitch. They love a woman that look like she don't have no education in relationships with men whatsoever. In Atlanta, that is a possibly a hard thing to find because most of the women that make their way to Atlanta are there for business purposes, meaning that they understand hustle. If they understand hustle, they know how to work with men and how men work. Okay. Men are very territorial. Men are assholes to you in any industry as a woman when you're trying to work, especially if you hustling, meaning you working outside of the confines of HR. It's always some weird ass nigga taking advantage of the situation. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if there's an HR in this business with this nanny. I don't know. I hope she was only hired for a scene. I hope she was only hired for a scene. I really hope she was just acting. I hope that is the truth, y'all, because I'm like a young woman put in a situation with Portia, girl. Dennis gonna try to fuck her. Then Portia gonna be mean to the girl because Dennis tried to fuck her, and then she gonna be abusing the on pair and on. You know what I mean? Like I ain't got time. The on pair mind might get fucked up over Dennis depending on what type of game he talking. Like I don't know, y'all. I just ain't seen too many Lifetime movies for these types of personalities not to have some fugaziness going on in these types of situations. Okay, the hand that rocks the motherfucking cradle and all of that. I didn't seen these movies. I don't trust shit. I don't trust shit. I'm just saying. Okay. So y'all, let's get it. I just want to point that out. Let's get into it. So everyone is talking about Portia saying that she should fuck Charles. I already explained to y'all Portia said that shit. And she said it because she don't like the fact that Angela was kissing her ass. If you want to act like you're really mad about Drew coming on the Cass birthday trip, bitch. No. I think you just don't like when people don't fall in line with you punking them. You punking everybody else. Everybody else is getting punked. Kelly's getting punked. Shamia's getting punked. Britt's getting punked. And it's not because she is being mean to them. It's because they feel like she's queen bee of the show. So it's in their best interest to kiss her ass. Cynthia, like everybody's kissing Portia's ass right now. That's what's happening. And there's always usually one person, two people that's like, man, I ain't about to do that shit, man. Kiss my ass. Especially if you're a woman that's at home making a lot of concessions. If you're a woman like Angela and you've had to learn how to know how to argue with your argumentative, contrarian ass husband, like every time she talk about him, she tell me something else that is like, yeah, that's somebody that really like to argue. Somebody that's always playing devil's advocate. You always on the other person's side. Yeah, you want to have a motherfucking argument with me. That's what that's about. Okay. So I feel like Angela has learned how to argue and how to deal with, people who she might want to cow tie to and then not. There are moments where you are scared or nervous about getting into a confrontation with your husband because how your husband can be. And then most times you kind of just let him have it. And then there's some times where you have to say something because if not, he gonna think he can just be walking all over you. You have to speak out at least, once or twice a week, girl. You got to be like, nigga, stop motherfucking playing with me. Like you have to have that type of energy with these niggas. That's the only type of energy they low-key like. They like women that fight back a little bit. Men that like to fight all the time, they want you to be fighting back with them. They don't want you to just go docile. Because as soon as you go docile, that's when they go find somebody else to argue with. And then they go get them some, trash ass bitch from, the street that like to argue and that's going to look at them like they on a pedestal. So I can imagine what Angela's life is probably like. Okay. And when she said he played devil's advocate, that made me recognize why she's able to handle herself so well in these moments with the women. Because if you so used to being bullied at home, you definitely know how to handle bullies out in the street. I'm gonna just be real. You already know. You already know what it's gonna be. I might feel a little scared, but I don't give a fuck. It's gonna be said anyway, and it's gonna be whatever the fuck it's gonna be. It's gonna be whatever the fuck it's gonna be. But I ain't about to bitch out. It is what it is. And everybody's kind of bitching out around Portia, and Angela is not. And I appreciate that. Portia said that shit. She said it. She said if she don't leave me alone, I'm gonna fuck her husband. And like I said, I wish that she would have stood on it in front of Angela instead of lying and saying she didn't say it and then admitting to it in the confessional and then saying, oh, I was just having fun. I'm so sorry that I was having too much fun with my homegirls. Bitch, that's not what happened. You having fun with your homegirls and you threatening to have sex with somebody's husband when we know that that's what you did before. And I want everybody to stop acting like the streets reported it, like it's something from some anonymous person that we can't back up to evidence. This is 2025, right? We are in the year 2025. It is not 1992, bitch. Anything the street said usually came from some type of evidence on the internet. Our evidence about her fucking that lady husband when they were still married came from the internet, meaning the information that both of those messy ass attention seeking people put on social media. Portia and Simon were both posting pictures of themselves at the exact same hotel the year before all of this shit came out. Simon was on the internet talking about how much he loved Fallon in February, then turned around and reported that they was engaged in April. Bitch, there is a clear track record of evidence that Portia and Simon had a relationship before he came on the show with his wife. Stop fucking playing with us. It's not from the streets. And I feel like men like him, his whole energy, when Angela was talking to Charles, y'all, the whole energy was given. I come from the school that I know I do dirt. So I am not going to give attention to anybody else's dirt because I don't want them bringing up mine. Meaning that you shouldn't have said nothing to Portia. This is what Charles was saying to Angela. You shouldn't have ever asked Portia about whatever she did with that lady's husband. That wasn't your business. Meaning that whatever whole shit she did, don't bring it up to her. And then she won't have a reason to throw some shit she might have heard about me in your face. That's how he felt. That's how he felt right then. And that's why he was on Portia's bandwagon. And she was like, no, stay on the bandwagon. But the thing about it is, Portia said something about Charles before Angela ever asked that question about what the fuck was going on with her stealing Dennis' daddy from Fallon. Like, you had already been brought up, Charles. She had already said something about you. So by the time Angela brings it back around to Kelly never got an answer to her question, what did you do to steal? Why did you steal that man from that lady? What happened, Portia? Portia has yet to give us a story, a tale, a lie, anything. She just keep avoiding it. So Charles is just going by the rules of a nigga that do dirt. I don't mention nobody else's dirt. I don't rejoice in nobody else's dirt because I don't want my dirt being brought up. That's how most of these niggas roll, unless they just a straight up hoe, or a creep. Like like Rich Dollars. I was watching that season of Love and Hip Hop New York where Rich Dollars was straight up hating on Erica Mena and Sin. He was still fucking Erica Mena. And instead of being like niggas be, they normally keep shit quiet, right? If they know some messy shit going on, they stay quiet until that shit come out. But no, because he was the one fucking with Erica Mena, cheating, on her with Sin, cheating on Sin. He decided he wanted to keep throwing it out there every chance he got. Tell her to stop fucking me. Tell her to stop kissing me in the studio. And I was just like, you a bitch ass nigga. Because y'all usually live by the rule that if I don't want my shit put out there, just by general purposes, GP, I'm not going to put nobody else's shit out there. So I feel like Charles probably is out there in these streets based on that thought process that he laid out for us right then. Okay. Because yeah, I just was looking at Charles like, yeah, Charles is out there and just don't want nobody bringing his shit up. Charles still working out. I want y'all to know, as long as these niggas dick work, they gonna be out here fucking. I want y'all to know that. As long as they dick work, they gonna be out here fucking. The only reason men like Charles don't be out here fucking everybody is because they know it'll get them caught up and they don't have the temperament to deal with too many dumb broads. But that don't mean that they ain't had, you know what I'm saying, the few here or there, okay, that has made it through. And yeah, being rich, being an ex-basketball player, all of that implements whole shit. All of that's whole shit. All of that gives, you can get as many women as you want to, so why not? It's pleasurable. It's pleasurable. I get to take energy from all of these different women. They get to worship me because I'm a star, I'm a basketball player, I'm a good looking man, I got money, whatever it is, they're going to come into my sphere. They're going to worship me for 5 minutes. I'm going to fuck they back out. You know what I'm saying? If I like them enough, I'll spend a little money on them and send them on their way. And they going to fear me enough, and I'm going to put fear in them so they know not to fucking play with me. Why not? I'm just saying, y'all, if I was a nigga, that's how I would feel. Okay, why not? I would just be honest about it. I'm not about to be out here lying. That's exhausting. Angela sent a long ass text message to everybody, and the key point that I wrote in my notes was, our morals don't align. Be blessed. Girl, I'm here for it. I am here for it, y'all. Portia tells her sister and mom that she called Angela Big Bird, and when she does, and when does she get to be petty? This girl didn't ruin her birthday. All of that's cap, y'all. All of that's cap. All of that's cap to me. Portia is really just making shit up, lying, so that she can get away with more bad behavior. That's all she doing. That lady did not do all of what you saying she did. You put 20 on 10. She didn't even bring Drew up at your birthday dinner. Your homegirls did, and you was mad that they brought her up, and now you got to explain how you don't like her over some shit that most of them would be like, bitch, what you gonna dislike her over that for? You didn't feel like lying to everybody. You was having a good time and drinking, and explaining something that you know that don't really make sense is exhausting when you drunk. And I feel like she got mad because the friends was asking about where is Drew. We're taping with Real Housewives of Atlanta. Why isn't Drew here? You got mad at Angela because of your friends. Like, that was weird. That was very weird to me. Portia is definitely up there acting. Hold up. Portia said on her YouTube channel that her and Simon didn't meet until May, but Dennis said that Simon asked for Portia's number in the airplane in December. And I'm telling you that all of that is cat, because they were both at the exact same hotel in like September, the September before the divorce. They both was also doing a lot of traveling during that time, if I recall. Because that was the time where Fallon said Simon was out of town for like 2-3 months. And we know he would like to go to Costa Rica. And guess who used to always be at the Costa Rica house once it all came out? I believe Dennis. I'm telling you right now, they was fucking before December. Him asking him for her phone number, like, come on, bro. Then why they was calling Shamia the matchmaker? Why was they calling Shamia the matchmaker? Don't be so quick to believe Dennis. Okay? Also, it could have just been what he told Dennis. You know what I mean? Like, it could have been a setup from the beginning. If them people been cheating and they've been lying and they didn't figure out, talked about what they should tell people, because she's on a reality show. So at some point, they're going to have to explain this shit. I am very much sure that Portia and Simon at some point had a conversation about how they was going to get them on that reality show. Portia is not saying so much shit about that relationship, y'all. She is not saying a lot. I do not feel like them people had just met in May. I don't know. No, especially because I feel like, didn't the shit come out in April or something like that? I don't know. I can't remember. It was all, jumbled together. But I still feel like niggas is out here lying. I think he was talking to her. They might have been fucking with each other, but they wasn't like exclusively fucking with each other. Cause let's not forget, I think Portia might have fucked Bolo, also during this time frame. So I think they was talking already. I think they might have been visiting each other and seeing how they felt about one another before. And then once they decided they was gonna really fuck with each other, then you start setting it up like, oh, we met once all of this other stuff happened. I don't believe it, child. Okay, you was fucking that lady hood, because if not, you would have explained that already. You would have really broke it all the way down. Portia ain't never really broke that shit down. She might say, oh, I met him here, but that don't add up. That shit don't add up, y'all. They were engaged by Mother's Day, which is in May 9th or 10th. You think them people met and then got engaged in 9 to 10 days? Didn't at some point she said within a month? Yeah, see how that don't make no sense? That's what I think. I think they was already fucking when she came to the pool party at the house. You could tell. It was like she was trying very much to keep her energy kind of, dimmed. She didn't want to show how, so, you give him the arm. All of that was extra. All of this, all of that was to let us know that them people, because, I don't really know him like that. That's that lady husband, girl. You already fucking that man. Please stop. All of that was a performance, y'all. Stop letting Portia trick y'all. She is very believable, but she be lying, y'all. Trust me. Okay? Trust me, girl. She claimed they got engaged while still married after 2 weeks. Yeah, I think that's the lie that they came up with to tell us. That's what I think. Okay. They posted that threesome pic on Mother's Day. That season had literally just wrapped. I remember. Dennis' daddy, Portia, and Dennis. And then she had Lil Pilar sitting on that nigga lap. Do you know how bad that makes her look? That makes her look even worse. So you mean to tell me you met a man and 2 weeks later you had your daughter sitting on his lap pretending like he about to be a father to your baby? I'm sorry, y'all, but that's some bird ass behavior. You don't know these niggas. Women don't know niggas after being married to them for 40, 50 years. That's why they say all men, bitch, because you'll never know if it's yours or not sometimes. Sometimes it just takes a specific situation. And then all of a sudden you realize you've been married to your biggest threat for 25 years, bitch. It happens every day, B. You damn sure didn't know him enough to bring your child around him and be doing all of the performing like you were doing. Get the fuck out of here. That makes it even worse. If that's actually true, y'all, that she only fucked with him 2 weeks and got engaged with him and had her child around that man like that, to me, that makes her even worse. That's worse. That's worse than if you had been fucking with him for a much longer period of time and really got to know him, at least to know that he wasn't a fucking pedo. Because niggas really be out here looking for thirsty bitches that want comfortability so that they could put something in your drink, have your ass knocked out all night and go into your daughter's bedroom, bitch. Niggas with money do it all the time because there's always some woman out there looking for some nigga to come save her and her children. There's always some woman out there that is looking for some man to come into her life and save her. And when you believe that that's going to happen for yourself, it makes you prime picking for creepy ass men that make a nice little bit of money to get a in-home child to take advantage of. Stop assuming that won't happen just because they black. And stop assuming that won't happen because they got money. Stop assuming that shit won't happen. 2 weeks is not enough time to know somebody and have your daughter sitting on their motherfucking lap, y'all. That's real weird bitch energy. I'm so glad that Dennis has always kept him, himself present for Dennis' daddy. Okay. I don't give a fuck. Child, the way Portia's sister be going along with her bullshit sometimes really annoys me because I feel like her sister is one of the biggest victims of Portia's bullshit. But every time we see her on camera trying to lie to us about Dennis and Drew, trying to lie to us about, something else going on, her sister is right there validating her bullshit. I think that's some type of codependent, emotionally abusive relationship between the two of them. I think Portia got most people on her life kind of walking on eggshells around her and feeling like they need to perform loyalty in a certain way in order to keep her happy. I think Shamia does it. I think her mom does it. I think her sister does it. And I think you can see it in the dynamics of she and Dennis's relationship. But because Dennis is the type of man he is, he's not really going to let her have that much power. He's not. He's gonna give her a little leeway because he don't want to have to. He got a baby with her. He don't want to have to deal with all of this extra shit that come with her. That's why he didn't want to marry her. That's why he didn't want to be with her. Because Dennis just wants to do what Dennis wants to do. He don't want to overcomplicate his life by marrying Portia and then cheating on her. Like, because that's what he was gonna do, and that was gonna be exhausting with her. It's easier to go find some woman like Bravo got. You know what I'm saying? The type that's just gonna sit at home and be sad while you out in the street doing what you want to do. Portia wasn't gonna be that. Portia was gonna be out in the street making his nerves bad, rolling up on him barefoot, trying to fight hoes and shit. Okay. Her trying to make when they was talking to the umpire, and she said, all of that shit about Drew and pulled out that cell phone, trying to say that Dennis told her that Drew tried to fuck him. Like, I don't know if y'all recognize how much of a big ass lie that was. When she read what was said, it didn't even sound right. And he said, you taking it out of context. He said, because you could have just asked, or you could have just told me some shit like that. Some shit like that. But it was not something that was clearly a text. Okay, it wasn't something that was clearly a text that Dennis was saying, yeah, Drew was trying to get at me, or Drew tried to do this, or Drew tried to do that. It wasn't nothing like that. She really just said that shit and then pulled out the phone and tried to make it make sense, and it really didn't. I can't stand delusional people like that. That shit don't make no sense on no level. What are you even talking about? What are you even talking about, Portia? How did that add up for you? Girl, please. I hate the way y'all really trying to make it seem like Drew is so desperate that she wants to be somewhere sucking Dennis' dick for records. I don't think that's what's happening here. I really don't. The last time Drew was with somebody, it was Ty from, what they say, girl. I don't know. But I feel like Drew might have went ahead and started dating women, or she might just be single right now because she still got to deal with that nigga, Ralph over there, peanut head ass nigga. Portia said, you my brother. Hey, honey, we don't fuck our brothers. We don't fuck our brothers. We don't have babies with our brothers, because then the children come out with extra chromosomes. That's not how you want them to be. Okay? That's not what you want to do. So I'm gonna need for y'all to learn how to have friendships, to learn how to have relationships with your baby daddy that's not extremes. It's either you still fucking him, or you trying to pretend like he your brother, as if he have you bent over and sucking, other bitches' tattoos and shit. Like, girl, you was over there talking about how you was licking the tattoos of other hoes' names off of Dennis' little squirrel looking body. That was you. Now he your brother? Stop playing like that. It's so unnecessary. Okay? It is so unnecessary. And he tried to kiss her in the confessional. That shit was funny. I'm like, yeah, let us know. Let us know what it is. Let us know what it is. See, that tells me that all Dennis got to do is mac on Portia a little hard. Let Portia be drunk or something. Let him come and drop the baby off. Portia then had a little Hennessy in her system, a little horny. All Dennis got to do is be a little extra nice to her with a little bit of meanness, right? Just a little bit of meanness, and then be nice to her. Be upstairs knocking her ass down in less than 10 minutes. I bet. Like, once you've committed to the idea that whenever you want to apply pressure, you can pull her, that's all you know. You know that all you got to do is apply pressure, and then you be very careful about the way you play with her any other time. But you apply pressure when you feel like it, and I feel like they have the relationship that they have sex with each other when Portia wants to have sex with him. Other than that, he fucking everybody else. Shamia meets with a new surrogate. Oh my God, y'all. So this is not out of the ordinary, y'all. I feel like people have always done this. Like people with money have always been able to get surrogates. They've always, it wasn't as genetically accurate as it is now. Like, you weren't always able to pull out the embryo and put it in another bitch and all of that. But people have always done this. Women with means have always done this, right? So it's not a shocker. But there's a level of desperation about it that feels uncomfortable to me. She even made a joke. Shamia made a joke. And I'm saying it's a joke because I recognize that it's a joke, but I also want y'all to recognize that there's always a little bit of honesty in jokes. And when you already showing us how desperate you are to have a son for this man, and somebody jokes that your man had an outside baby and you said, can we have the baby? Can we have the baby? Because we want another baby. Can we have the baby? It is something about women who are so desperate to have this family image with a man that they would take another woman's child. And I'm not talking about women that end up with babies on their steps. Because a lot of bitches do that. A lot of bitches will go and fuck some married man, be young, be on drugs, whatever it is. They don't want the baby. They have the baby and then they drop the baby off at the man's wife's house. Partially to blow up their life because you mad at the nigga, but also because you don't want the baby. So since you want to stay here with your wife and y'all got a family and all of that, here come these fucking kids. Have a family for these kids. You see it all the time. Okay? So that's not the same thing, y'all. Because I know there are a lot of women that have taken on children because of their, long-term toxic relationships with some nigga. And that's not a bad thing. But what is a bad thing is when women who have like husbands have a feeling of, I would take or fight for another woman's child because she fucked my husband. And I want to uphold our family so much that I would do something as barbaric as stealing somebody's child. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. Again, I've watched way too many Lifetime movies for these little themes here and there to not make me uncomfortable. Yes, Shamia's comment reminded me of Letitia from Bell Collective as well. Yeah, I want to be a family man. Here y'all go with your daddy. This is not that. That's one thing. We're not talking about that. We talking about women that are so desperate for this family to keep this man that you are willing to really be barbaric and grimy as it pertains to how you get a child or take a child. Like it's just, Handmaid's Tale. Like it just gives, this is not for the right reasons. That's what it gives. It gives it's not for the right reasons. And when you have children for the wrong reasons, you end up fucking them up. Like, I hate to say it like that, but those of y'all that have children, not because you really wanted those children, but because you were trying to feed some hole inside yourself because of your ego, because you thought it was going to keep some nigga, especially y'all. Women that have babies thinking that it's going to keep a man or it's going to deepen their bond with the man and it doesn't, they resent those children in one way or another. And then turn around and start blaming the children because really, bitch, you feel bad. You feel shame and guilt within yourself and you just projecting it. But that's how you feel once that shit don't work out for you. But when she, it was just two comments Shamia made. And then when I was looking at the young woman that came in to be a surrogate, and it just kind of, this is not shade, y'all, but it made me feel like rich women that go find poor women who really need help to have their babies so that those women can be financially fixed. And even though I feel like everybody has free will, they can do whatever they want to do, there is something about that feels wrong to me. Like the woman doesn't know she could possibly be giving up her life for this. You know what I mean? People die in childbirth all the time. Yes, it feels exploitive. It feels exploitive. Okay? It is, it's just, oh Lord. Oh, that's what's going on with Kobe. Oh, well, I know Kobe is stressing herself out behind having a boy child for her husband. I know that. Yeah, and there are men that go and get those babies from those women, go fight in court Ludacris, Dwayne Wade, yes. Men with money that do, yes. Y'all see what I'm saying? Okay. I feel like his sperm might not necessarily be making healthy embryos as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yes, Shamia is internalizing it as if it's something she's doing wrong. Yeah. Oh my God, me and my bestie just talked about this. I felt that way to me too. Yeah, y'all. And it's not that you feel like she would really do it, but there's so much desperation in it that you know how scary women can be when they are desperate to make some man happy. Like that's why a lot of us can't be friends with pick me women, because you know that they are desperate in some ways to get something from a man that they're never really going to get. And so they're in fact acting like a crackhead and you can't trust them. You know what I mean? But yeah, the exploitive part of this, yes, Bondi, that felt exploitive, and to only be paying that lady $25K to carry that child is crazy. I didn't know that was the price, 25,000. Yeah, I feel like that's not good enough. $25,000 goes like that. Um, and I feel like you really putting your life in jeopardy. Not only are you putting your life in jeopardy, but just the physical, you don't know how a pregnancy is gonna go. You don't know how a pregnancy is going to go. No matter if you are a surrogate or not, there is nothing that you can go to the doctor's office to do to make sure that a future pregnancy will go perfect. And so I feel like women who are surrogates, it is a firm decision, but in some ways it absolutely feels like you could possibly be giving up something that it's not equaling off. It's not an equal exchange for what you could lose. I feel like 100,000, like it shouldn't be no less than 100,000. It shouldn't be any less than 100,000. You should a woman to be pregnant technically for 10 months of a year means that you need to be paying me above minimum wage for a year. So I should be making at least 6-figure salary having a baby for you. And if you can't afford to pay somebody $100,000 for that, you shouldn't be doing it. That's how I feel. I'm sorry. It should be 100K because I should be able to live comfortably for a year off of that type of, at least a year off that type of physical sacrifice. I might die, bitch. I might die, or something could happen to me that I might end up, not as whole as I was previously. Let's not even talk about how your body changes and then your emotions change and all of that type of stuff. So something makes me feel like y'all might not necessarily be able to afford what y'all want, and there's a desperation to try to make it happen anyway. So find the most, desperate young woman that needs this money because she's struggling and she feels like at least if she's pregnant for these people, she'll be taken care of. And she won't have to be necessarily scratching and surviving. But I feel like 100, it should be above minimum wage, and it should absolutely be a year's salary for that type of work. The cost is 100K, but hey, only pay her 25K. That is how that woman and Jackie make money. Jackie fee is paid. Oh my God, bro. Like, it's something so nefarious about people that claim to care about women, but actually are exploiting the fuck out of women's need to have children for husbands. And, what that looks like, it's just all feeding into people's desperation, is what it feels like, making money off their desperation, making money off of the poor girls who are looking for a better way to live, and exploiting for the families who are desperate to have babies that they physically cannot have. So yeah, I hate to take it that deep, y'all, but that's why it's at with Shamia. I'm sorry. That's what she's giving to me. So moving on. Britt and her sisters. Okay. So I am enjoying that everybody has a storyline. But I don't need Cher to come back on the show for a couple of episodes, because if Cher is going to be screaming and hollering for the whole time we see her, She don't need to be on here. I can't deal with people screaming in high-pitched voices all day. All right. How long has it been since the daddy died? Somebody needs to go to fucking therapy, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all, but I need for y'all to understand y'all parents and grandparents are going to die. Anybody that's older than you, you need to be prepared in your mind and in your spirit that at some point they're going to transition out of this life. And you need to be okay. You need to be able to continue to live your life and not turn into a broken person because of it. I have lost a parent. I know it's hard. You deal with it every day. I told y'all the other day, I dream about my daddy in like a parallel universe where he's not dead. As then in my mind, I always feel this big confusion because he's there in the dream and I know he's not really there in real life anymore. So I could feel this conflict while the dream is happening. But once I wake up, I just feel like I was close to him. So at the end of the day, they're never really gone from you. And when people say that, it's real, y'all. They're never really gone from you. If you dream like I dream, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like they're never really gone if you really are open to it. So you don't have to feel the loss so much because it is a loss for the rest of your life, but it's something that you have got to learn to live with in a healthy manner. And when I see people that be crashing out over losing family members, I feel like you have got to pull your shit together because this is something that is going to happen in everybody's life and it is inevitable. It's inevitable. People are going to die. You have got to stop sinking into, such a pit of despair because of it. My dad been gone since 2009. My grandfather been gone since 1994. My grandmother's been gone since 1998. Like, and these people still live with me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I just want y'all to get grief counseling. Talk to somebody, but please find a healthy way to work through your elders dying. It is such a regular part of life that I need for people to be able to live healthily knowing that fact. And it is hard. I'm not saying that, oh, you just gonna be, perfectly. You should not be fine with it. It's a loss. It's also what makes life feel special. Life feels special and purposeful because it is temporary and because we have these big, strong feelings that last beyond death. All of that shit means that this is something that has to happen. And so then you have to learn how to live with it. Because the sister Cher, I feel like, is emotionally unstable. And Britt keeps saying it's because of the father's passing. The mom has Britt and Cher and her mom there as they are packing up the home that the dad built for them. And they weren't even in the house for 14 months before the dad got sick and died, right? Totally understand this. Very similar situation. I can't even tell y'all how long we were in our house in Zachary before my dad died. 3 years? Maybe not even 2.5 years. Yeah, 2.5 years. Because we were in it in October 2005. He died April 2009. So yeah, no, 3 years. But yeah, there still wasn't a lot of time. This was also during the time where I'm going to college. So I'm not even with them the whole time. But still, that's a short amount of time to move into a brand new house and then the person is gone just like that. So I definitely, empathize and I understand, and everybody handles it differently. But it seems as if they had some type of codependency, which is why, I feel like the youngest sister is crashing out. They FaceTime the older sister, Tiara, who kind of keeps her distance. And I feel like Tiara seems to keep her distance because y'all motherfuckers are exhausting. At some point, the mom screams, but he left me. Why would he leave me? And it's like, ma'am, he died. He didn't choose to walk out of your life. He died. And now you have to figure out life without him, which would be so much easier if women did not center their entire lives around their husbands and children. Because at some point, these people are going to leave you. And you have to be able to be okay on your own. The mom screaming that after all of these years says they still have not gotten past this. They still haven't gotten past it. So it definitely feels like they need to heal. Something needs to happen because they still stuck in their grief. The mom seems stuck in her grief. The oldest daughter is staying away. So I don't know what's going on with her. But the fact that she stays away tells me she's protecting her peace. Britt looks like she needs to feel needed. So she stays around because they need her. You know, she needs to be able to pedestalize herself. And the younger sister seems to be emotionally crashing out. She on the phone screaming and crying at the sister because you ostracizing me and you shunning me. And it's like, I get it, sis. Like, I so get it. I so get it. But you have got to be able to emotionally secure yourself. That is one of the things you learn that you're supposed to learn as you get older, is that at some point you can no longer emotionally depend on your mom or your siblings or anybody you grew up emotionally being dependent on. You have got to learn how to self-soothe, how to help yourself in the moments that you feel those big feelings so that you are not always putting that on everybody else. And then a grandmother, and this is why I say, y'all, we have got to unlearn things, because just because somebody is old don't mean they know what's right. They always just say some God shit that don't really make sense in a practical manner. The grandmother says, y'all got God, so y'all need to stop all of this and stop acting a fool like this. Having God means nothing as it pertains to how we're supposed to deal with big emotions and how we feel them and how we express them and how we grow past them instead of allowing them to stunt our growth. Telling us we have God is not a practical way to go about handling that. It doesn't mean it's not true, but it doesn't show you how to really deal with feelings that consume you, like grief. And that's why you have to talk about things. So when you're telling people they just need to stop acting a fool, that's like telling people to calm down when they already upset. Y'all know that just makes you even more upset. I feel like we have really lost so much of the tools that would be put in place in different traditions and communities that have been stripped away because of colonialism. There are no rites of passage to teach us how we're supposed to be elevating or evolving as we grow. We just out here free falling as we get older. But there should have been things that we were taught and that were impressed upon us along the way of us growing up. And one of those things is learning how to emotionally detach from your parents, and how your parents need to learn how to have a relationship with you that is not codependent and it's not in the frame of you being a child. I feel like a lot of people are experiencing that right now, like having issues with how they relate to their parents because our parents are trying to do what their parents did, and that shit does not work now. We're just not in the same place as a world in order for us to be responding to some of the abuse in the same way. I think in the 90s, the 80s, you wanted to keep your families together. People are coming off of great losses. You have Vietnam War, civil rights movement. Then you have the crack era, all of this shit in Black communities that strips family members away. So like, I remember in the 80s and the 90s, you keep shit real tight, no matter how toxic it is. Well, now everybody's like dying or spread apart for whatever reason. Makes it harder to retain those tight circles. But also, the parents never had to stop treating their children like children. Like, you feel like you can disrespect your adult children. You feel like, oh, don't cuss around me. Like, and I get it. I get y'all be however y'all want to be. But there is something to be said about the way we have a hard time evolving in our relationships with our parents. And I think it's something, something unhealthy in the dynamic between Britt and her sisters and her mom and whatever the fuck was going on in that family dynamic. Okay. Why is it like Britt and her fam are filming a Tyler Perry movie in their scenes? Because they are. They are. And I believe that it's genuine. Like, I think that all of those big emotions are just simmering right on the surface. So all they got to do is get kind of revved up and they just kind of flow out. Y'all know family like that. Y'all know family that are so overly emotional, and you have to be, you got to walk on eggshells around them because it's not going to take much for them to start screaming and howling about something. Okay. It don't take much. And that's what I feel like. That's why the other sister that they had to FaceTime, girl, I was like, girl, stay away. Girl, protect your peace. Don't come back this way. Then people go try to suck you back into their cycle of toxicity. Run, girl, run. So, y'all, the BALI Q. Cynthia has the birds are fighting outside the window. The BALI Q. Cynthia has a medium there that is reading everybody's energy, and she knows about Kelly's ex-husband gifting her a Benz truck and then taking it away. Niggas ain't shit. Then Angela comes in and Kelly tells her she and her husband need a vacation. You know, sometimes we as women, we get so bogged down and we forget how to be sexy for our man. I hate that language. I'm sorry, y'all. I hate that language. The medium worked on my nerves. I'm like, here come another fucking pick me. And I hate to say it like that, right? But I understood what she meant. But I also don't like the language because it lends to the idea that it's always the woman's responsibility to stoke fire. It's always the woman's responsibility to figure out a way to get us in a Mr. Nasty time mood. When at the end of the day, my nigga, we both living life. If you want to fuck, come do something. Like, what the fuck? Talking about we forget to be sexy. I know we don't. Nobody forgets to be sexy. Everybody's walking around with ass and titties 24/7. I saw Angela when she was working out. That lady not leaving her sexiness at work or something like that. The fuck? Like, the fuck? And I'm sorry. I just always feel like all of this emotional weight, all of this like weight in relationships is always put on women in a way that, oh, you better hurry up and suck that man dick before he go get somebody else to suck it. I don't like nobody threatening me like that. Bitch, I'm the first one that will tell you by all means, please go get it. Go get it, man. Don't ever tell me no shit like that. Go get it. Run it up. The fuck? You ain't never about to hold no shit like that over my head. I do it when I feel like it. I'm getting tired of, this this society infused coercion amongst like women that you better go and fuck that nigga. What if he doing something that he ain't making me want to fuck him? Maybe I'm not turned on by that nigga right now. Maybe he ain't doing enough for me to want to fuck him. Fuck. Why I gotta go and buy a Victoria's Secret for him to want to fuck me? Listen, I'm gonna get fucking a t-shirt type. Okay, I'm probably gonna get fucked in this. Like, there's nothing I can wear that I'm not about to be sexy in. Okay, the sexy is always there, honey. It doesn't go anywhere. It's always there. Now, can you get it up out me? Is the question. Can you have it? Okay, can you get it up out me? Like, the fuck? I ain't like that conversation. Okay, pick me mediums are scary. Give you all types of bad advice. Then the medium says somebody got a Porsche, and Shamia says, or a Porsche, because y'all know Portia has already threatened to fuck Charles, and the word on the curb is Charles is easy. Angela says that she's in need of a good vibe when Kelly asks her how she's doing. And Britt says, well, you receive what you give. Bitch, why are you automatically starting with me? Why are you automatically starting with me, bitch? Oh my God. Angela says, what's this energy about? Like, what's this energy about? Angela look good too in that yellow. And Britt says, can you read the words? I'm tired of Britt quoting old movies. That's another thing. Listen, as somebody that quotes old movies, I don't like when people quote the same, like they quote shit that became big in, because that's one of them. Can you read the words that are coming out of my mouth? Like, y'all know, and I think this might be the second or third time that she has, when she said you're gonna twirl out of here, like she always trying to use somebody's saying in a real lame ass way. She be making me cringe sometimes. Like, that shit make me cringe, girl. Shut up. And Angela says, well, I should have heard you with your big ass mouth. And then she says she got stretch marks around her mouth. And Britt starts talking about how she needs to suck dick more. And Angela says, child, listen, you got miles on your mouth. And the way Shamia looked into the camera like an episode of The Office, I almost passed the fuck out. Okay. Okay, then Kelly, I feel like they were editing out Kelly's part in this argument because Britt said something about, well, I know you ain't talking about Charles and that baby. I know you ain't saying about Charles having that side baby on you. And then Kelly starts saying it. And then they kind of, like, I was like, what's going on? The way this scene was chopped up was very, very weird to me. But Kelly, you know I want to like you, right? I want to like you. Two things. Number one, I don't know what the fuck that was about, but you going at Angela because Angela is calling y'all out on being fake bitches, meaning that all of y'all are wives or have been wives. So what Portia said shouldn't have been that fucking funny to y'all, but it was. So y'all hoes ain't shit. Okay? That's fine. Okay? Like, that's the mode. Y'all can't be mad at Angela for being mad at y'all for laughing at that shit. Shamia included. We're going to get to her in a minute. But Kelly, outside of that, that's just messy shit. I don't care about that as much. But Kelly, I'm going to need for you to stop picking these shot glasses up like you want to suck dick this bad. Like, every time, and y'all, I love shots. I need y'all to understand at this age, a bitch love her a tequila shot, okay? There is no reason for you to be picking up the shot glass with your mouth so you can show everybody how strong your jaw muscles are. They used to call it jawbone. Like, there's no need for that. There were no niggas around. And the niggas I did see looked like a whole bunch of gay niggas. And that's no disrespect to anybody that wasn't gay, but I just saw some gay dudes that I knew in the room. Okay? I recognize them. Kelly, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you're doing, but you need to go ahead and rub it out. Because the need to be pretending like you sucking dick every time we see you is weird. The need for you to be asked out every time we see you, I just feel like Kelly on some freak shit. And I would like for them to explore that. What's going on here? Okay, this is the second time Kelly didn't had us like, oh, you just over there being nasty, ain't you? Kelly, the one you might be able to count on for the kitty click when everybody gets a little bit too drunk. Portia loves her a good kitty click girl. Okay, I'm gonna leave y'all hoes alone, but there's a subset group of you straight married women that like the kitty click when y'all get too drunk together. Girls trip. So, in order to break up the argument, Cynthia has some Juneteenth questions. Fun times, good stuff, Sin. Portia and Angela talk. Portia says, "Why does Angela keep bringing up her husband to me?" Portia is lying and flipping shit. Just in case anybody is confused, Portia's just lying, y'all. Like, I'm not about to go back and forth. I'm not about to go into a deep explanation of the mind games that she's playing, but Portia's just lying, y'all. Angela says, "But you're the one who said you would fuck my husband." And then Portia denies it to Angela's face, but, at first. But then admits it in the confessional, talking about it was inappropriate. But I don't know if it was inappropriate because I was just kikiing with my friends. I ain't know her and her big Dumbo ears was listening. No, bitch, you put her right by the pool and you and your donkey mouth loud ass friend, you and Shamil, was out there talking loud. And Kelly too, y'all hoes talk loud. And y'all was out there doing the most. Of course she heard y'all. The fuck? Y'all wasn't trying to be quiet when you was like, she better stop before I fuck her husband. And I bet you was out there saying it more than once. And then when that girl came out there, you ran. and not sitting in front of her, you want to act like she said something about your husband too. So she needs to apologize to you. Angela ends up apologizing. I don't even know what the fuck she said, but either way, she ends up apologizing first, and Portia says ditto, but then tries to clean it up and really apologize. When I tell you ditto, I would have never apologized. She would have had to, if I don't get an apology about you saying you're going to fuck my husband, I don't have nothing to say to you, because you sitting up here trying to act like, oh, of course I ain't say that. Of course I ain't really mean it. Of course I would never do that. Girl, you did do it. You did do it. You did do it. If not for the fact that them people were still legally married when y'all announced that y'all were engaged. If for nothing, you technically, absolutely, on paper, got online and told us that you were engaged before he was actually legally divorced. So please fucking stop. Y'all know they donkey mouths because they be hee-haw, like, just real loud and goofy. That's what I meant, okay? That's what I meant by that one, okay? To be specific with you. Shamia comes to Angela next asking why is she mad at her, and Angela says, because as a married woman I thought you would check her, but you laughed about it. And Shamia says, I laugh at everything. I think laughing is healing. Bitch, don't be goofy with me. Don't be goofy with me, because if we was laughing at something that you didn't think was funny, we'd be having another conversation, and she knows that. So Shamia's like, well, I was laughing at my uncle's funeral because they had him dressed like a pastor and he had never walked into a church. I mean, bitch, if he had on a suit, that doesn't mean he was dressed like a pastor. That could mean he was dressed like the defendant that's going down to the courthouse. Okay? Going down to the courthouse to hear his sentencing. The fuck? You know you over there laughing and co-signing any fucked up thing that your friend does because you a people pleaser and you want to keep her as a friend so bad. So anytime she doing some shit that's not cute or you may not necessarily agree with, or shit, maybe you do. Maybe y'all the same type of bitch. Who knows? That's usually the case. One is just worse than the other, but y'all might just be the same type of bitch, Shamia. You might be the type of woman that will fuck somebody's husband and lie about it too. Just because you married don't mean that you wouldn't do that. It's a lot of y'all that would do whatever to get a man with money. I don't be mad at y'all. I just feel like it's a lot of y'all out there that would do whatever to get a man with money. Because you just, you want to bypass some shit. And you're going to have your own set, your own set of trials and tribulations when you trying to get your wealth through some narcissistic rich man. So go ahead, girl. Run up that hill. Go ahead, girl. I'm going to just watch you from down here. Because a lot of y'all run all the way up that motherfucker and then end up sliding all the way down. Okay? Then you got to get on a reality show. Then they taking your car back. Then they trying to sell all your businesses. Mm-hmm. And Kelly still trying to suck dick when she takes shots. Yeah, please somebody give that lady some good dick. I know that's what it is. I know that's what it really is, y'all. That lady needs some dick. That's what it's giving. All right, y'all. Let's get into the after show. Hold up. Oh, wait, hold up. Still to come this season. We're going to do that first. We're going to do the preview to the rest of the season. Like the video. Subscribe to BondyBlue Bites, y'all. Please and thank you. And it's my birthday month, so we're going to take a quick little break. And, give me something, mister, if you want to. If you want to. But we're going to take a quick little break, and we're going to come back. We're going to watch the after show clip. The after show and the super trailer.
Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you said, anywhere.
right. Ooh, okay. Somebody wants attention, so let's give it to him. Bondi, I do love you, but you get so angry in your reviews, which I don't understand. It's just a TV program that's meant to take you out of your world. Just enjoy it for what it is and stop being angry. Is that what y'all was getting from this? Is that what y'all was getting from this? Is that what y'all get? Y'all get anger from me? That's so interesting. That is not what was being felt, but if that's what you got from it, maybe I just, maybe I just don't jive on your frequency if that's how you felt. Now, I do recognize that this is a reality show and it's entertainment, but it's also based on real life situations and things that affect people in real life. So yes, there are things that people do in real life that we see on reality shows that I'm going to have an angry response to. Absolutely. But all in all, I don't think it was given anger. That's not what I felt. I mean, I listen, if you would like for me to be boring while I talk about a reality show, if you would like for it to be all funny, I just can't do that. Like they're talking about serious issues. Like Shamia is talking about surrogacy. Angela is talking about her husband cheating on her or just being mean to her. Portia is dealing with the abusive psycho Simon, but also being an asshole to Drew, who's going through a really bad divorce right now. Like I know that I am, passionate. I always have been, honey. And people have always perceived my energy sometimes for anger. And that's really funny to me. But if you think I'm angry, you should keep thinking I'm angry. You should keep thinking it. And I think you should just let me be angry. I think if I'm angry, you should just let me be angry. I do. And if it's bothering you for me to be angry, you should stop watching me. Like if that's how you feel. That's what I would do. Like if somebody was always angry, I would just stop watching them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I love being stereotyped as an angry black woman. Please keep thinking that. Yeah, I'm mad as hell. Absolutely. I should be able to stay. I should be able to stay there. They like that fake-ish. Oh yeah, you already knew. You already know. I know. I wonder what I specifically said that hit it. You know what I'm saying? I wonder. I feel like when you go back and forth between joking and like serious topics, it should be understood that you're not angry. But I don't know. Y'all know people don't be picking up social cues. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. This is and I can't show it because y'all know they be out here fucking over people. Okay, so I'm an orate for y'all, but this is the super trailer for the rest of the season. Click and clack, frickin' frack. Kitty clicks. Okay. Phaedra's back. Oh, hold up, y'all. My bad. Is it not? Hold up, y'all. Hold up. I want to make sure that it's playing. Yeah, my bad. Okay, it's up. All right, we ready? Phaedra's back. Kitty clack. Frickin' frack. Ass is smack. That's all they gonna do is smack ass, y'all. Did y'all see? Wait a minute, before we get into the rest of this, did y'all see when Angela and Portia made up and hugged each other? That she like grabbed Angela's ass. Did y'all see that? Portia's so gay. Portia's so fucking gay. Oh my god, she is so down. Keep it on a down low. Nobody has to know. That's why her and Britt got so much in common, y'all. That's why her and Britt y'all ever notice that there's a certain type of woman that pretends to be really, really like feminine and soft and girly, but they actually have the ego and the mentality and the entitlement of a nigga? I think Portia and Britt have that in common. Oh my God. Thank you, Lily Sweet, for the super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, come on. Thank you. Gemini Nola girl, what's up, boo? Thank you. Happy birthday month to you as well. All right. Been celebrating since April 30th, midnight. I know that's all right. 29 low. Yes, my girl. Yes, my girl. All right, come on. But let me get back into it, y'all. That shit was funny though. I'm like, Portia is so gay. Portia is so gay. I just saw Britt half naked. Oh, well, actually, probably completely naked. It's like all she had on was a thong.
We're hosting in the night out with the females. Hey! You guys look amazing. We're gonna be mad when she sees.
Oh, nigga said Britt gonna be mad when she see they left her out. That shit look cute too. Not them coming in there with Destiny's Child bathing suits on. Oh my God. You be saying no, 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 no. When it's really the fact that she gonna get jealous and upset about this, yes, girl.
They left her out, and I'm here for it. Let me tell you something, Britt. Rah, 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 rah.
This is better than the Wimbledon Championship.
You better talk to your roommate. Nobody wants to be you, you little hobbit.
Match point.
Shamia may feel that this is a lopsided friendship.
Wow. Ralph literally locked me out of the house. He's trying to claim
And that's why I said that whole situation was fucking stupid.
and being rightful owner to SEDURE LLC.
Not him trying to take her LLC.
You say you're not dating, like, that's none of my business. That's fact that you're dating Future. Okay. It was all in the blogs. People are saying it.
I know some married
Drew look good right then, girl.
men that don't wear rings as well. Yeah, my husband does not wear his.
No? Just hold on to your panties. Some man had a word for Angela. Your husband is cheating.
Get your motherfucker ass out of here.
Listen.
Stop. Am I wearing pearls?
Get him out of here.
No, leave him alone.
Because they need to be clutched.
Yes, Lord. Looks like it's gonna be an interesting season. Okay, I want to read this comment. I disagree with you with IVF and surrogate. That's their business. They entitled to make a baby how they want. I'm not really sure what you disagree with, because I don't disagree that people are entitled to make babies however they want. I didn't say anything was wrong with it. I was just pointing out certain things that are exploitive about it. I was pointing out the things about the situation that kind of made me feel a little uncomfortable. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I also feel like me stating how I feel about it is not stopping them from doing anything that they're doing. So again, I'm not exactly sure what it is that you disagree with, but you're entitled to your opinion. So let's move on. Okay.
What happened at
Okay, it's after show. I think I can show y'all after show.
the pool?
I'm gonna read the rest.
We had a ball. We had a good time. We was drinking. We had the money flowing.
The pool was a moment. I was having a good time, baby. We was
It
popping
went from making a music video.
We were making a music.
to-
Yeah. Brit got naked. I didn't have to give her no ones.
We bonded over twerking and drinking. Yes, we had good old times.
It's what I needed at the moment. I actually really needed to get down there and just let our hair loose and have fun.
Just in case.
It was a good time. And then everybody started talking trash. You know how you do when you think ain't nobody watching. We're having a good time. They started talking trash about Ange. Big Ange. Yeah, about Big Ange.
Angela was just a casualty of war that night. It is what it is.
Honestly, we were having a kiki.
Not a casualty of war. Girl, what the fuck is really good?
Yeah, her because she gave me such a hard time the whole trip.
Kelly, you asked the question initially.
So my question was,
Okay, good.
why did she take that woman's
Okay,
husband?
good. Thank you.
The world wants to know. I don't think the world got that answer.
So everybody was like, yeah, what's up her ass? And then, we just started talking
So you can hear, you're in your room. Paint the picture for me.
So the picture is I left the dinner remorseful. If I offended you in any way, I apologize. I prayed about it and I went to sleep. And I think it was just God himself who was just like, wake up, baby. This is what you're dealing with.
If you wasn't invited to this moment, you should not have been peeking through the window. And that's what Angela was doing. You peeked up, rolled the window down. Oh my God, girl.
I don't even think that she overheard us. I think she was eared to the window.
That's how y'all gonna spend it eavesdropping. They call my name.
Eavesdrop.
Okay, so I, as a person that lives in a house, know that if I'm upstairs and somebody is right below my window talking loud, it's not going to take much for me to hear everything they say. If they talk low, I'm not going to hear it. But if they talking loud and being drunk like they were, I can absolutely hear them if they're right outside my fucking window. And they're literally right outside her window. So to me, them acting like she was doing the most to hear what they were saying is just cap.
And it's crazy.
They called my name.
They did. It's deflection because you still said what you said. And that was some whole shit for you to say. And you could say it, that's fine, but that would just let me know that you the hoe everybody think you are. So don't get mad when everybody is judging you based on them feeling like you took that lady husband, because you will use your coochie as a dish rag. A lot of y'all will. Just like them hoes Flo and Gael over there on Love and Hip Hop Miami, fucking people so that they can make some woman mad. Oh, I'm mad at you, so I'm gonna fuck your baby daddy. Like, okay, if you want to use your coochie like a dish rag, bitch, that's your business. But I'm not hurt because you fucking some nigga in my proximity. I hope the sex was worth it, because if you got banged out and didn't enjoy it, that was a waste of your coochie, bitch.
No, your room was right there.
They didn't use their brain cells. The brain cells took a vacation.
Actually, when I go to bed, I go to bed. I don't then stand at the window.
I heard my name and I heard them saying, you know, and why she talk like that?
Like what?
My Chi-Town swing, you know, my slow talk. And why she use words like that? I'm like, are we elementary? Like, what are we doing? Is this
like what
Dumb and Dumber?
words?
I guess I was using words that didn't fit their vernacular. It could be gracious. They didn't know. They wanted me to break it down.
When I came, I'll tell you what I said. I said I did not know her. I only knew Charles, and it was surprising that out of all these years, I'd never met her, never seen her. And I talked about how I didn't think she could dress that well. But that was that.
And that would be a pot calling a kettle, bitch, because Shamia, you are hit and miss like a motherfucker. And sometimes it seems as if you do so much that there's no way for you to actually be fashionable because you're doing so fucking much. Like, you over accessorize. Like, Shamia is one of them people I feel like when they go and look at themselves before they leave the house, they need to take one thing off.
I mean, we did laugh when, you know, Pete talked her trash.
I remember you have to ask Brett. I was tipsy. We all were.
I mean, she definitely said she would f that woman's husband.
And Kelly, we appreciate you being honest. Thank you.
Portia was just smiling like, I should Charles. And I'm like, that's my calling card. Because now, bitch, I know you people husband.
Wow.
I know you do it as a sport. And now you're going to bring my husband in it. I got to check you on that.
So where is the energy, Cynthia? I need to hear from you, sis, because baby daddies hit different. But what about husbands?
I got to get on my clothes.
You heard her say that.
I heard her say it, and 5 seconds later, my ass was down them stairs.
Now you're telling me that you heard me say Charles, but I hear you talking about me. Put on my pajamas. He's like, let's dress good.
They thought they saw a ghost when I came down those stairs.
Remember, she came back to the pool after all of that. I'm like,
she did. She did. And her little red silk outfit. I was like, that's what you be wearing at home?
No, because sometimes I see Shamia in a suit. You know what I'm saying? Something that's preppy. And when she wears preppy stuff, I think sometimes it actually works out for her. But then other times it's like she's just always over layering.
Now, see, now I will be quiet now.
So what did you say when you went down there?
I was like, hey, Portia, you want to talk to me? And you said something about my husband. I don't give a about what my husband's doing. I just lost it.
What was crazy was she just kept saying Charles.
She kept,
Charles.
I'm like, if you're mad about your husband, why would you come down saying Charles? I would be like, you.
It wasn't even about Charles. It was about you're disrespecting me.
You disrespecting our marriage, our family.
At the end of the day, you're
disrespecting
disrespecting me.
That's just a line you don't cross.
Meaning, like, fuck that nigga. You think I'm about to be mad if you fuck that nigga, bitch? You think that's about to hurt my feelings? Grow up. That's you out here giving your coochie to somebody that you really don't want to fuck so you can make another woman mad. Bitch, you're a weirdo.
That's like a
You're a
boundary.
weirdo.
Yeah, that's
But the even if she wouldn't, Charles, you said it. You don't just play like that. I'm not gonna say it and play it if I don't mean it or if I've never done it. And what further pissed me off is that none of them women checked her.
Why would
This
they?
is a sport for her.
Why would they? They think the same way. One is over there deep throating every shot glass in her vicinity, and the other one is willing to do any type of performance for some nigga. Shamia and Britt, girl, you over there in a lavender marriage, probably, you know, over there pegging niggas and shit, girl, who knows?
And if you see your friend saying something vile and you're married, you can look at her and laugh and kiki with her. I lost respect for all of them right then. I'd never seen a woman control other women like that. And that's
yes
what,
man, but she had yes for men.
It was like an audition and it was scary.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. And I'm not fighting nobody else's battles. I have gotten in so much trouble.
You
fighting
need
battles.
to learn to just stay
shut
out
up.
of it. Yeah. And P needs to learn to stop trying to everybody's husband.
Oh,
damn.
What happened at the pool?
Well, at least she kept it a buck.
Angela, you and Britt get into it at the Bailey Q.
You have something you want to tell me because the energy.
You did not read the words that are coming out of my mouth.
That big ass mouth, I should be able to read.
No, you was ready.
I was ready.
You tried to trick us with that old bright yellow dress. Yeah, I was like, oh, she's coming with sunshine. I was like, oh no, she's the queen of darkness now.
I wanted to give the girls Big Bird. They called for Big
beautiful
Bird.
Big Bird energy, honey.
That bitch is fine. Do you hear me? Body is nice.
Big Bird energy.
Did she wear yellow again?
There's no way. But the way that
Yellow is a good color on her. Why wouldn't she wear yellow? Like, it's a good color. She looked really good. And I feel like she did bring sunshine, but she also brought shade, just like everybody else. Bitch, I am the sun. You bringing shade, and I'm going to bring it right back.
Oh, wait, before we even do that,
She wore yellow again.
The way that Ange gave it to Britt, I know I love a good read and I respect it. The lady said, you got stretch marks on your mouth. What? Angela!
It sounds like you need to use that mouth more often.
Oh, I do. Not as much as yours with the stretch marks around it.
Angela, I apologize right now for anything I've said and done to you.
No, seriously.
Because the way that Britt mouth started trembling when she said that, said to me, I'm going to do it.
And you got stretch marks on your mouth.
That bitch Shamia funny. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all gonna give it to the girl.
Baby, they was stretching like this.
I was so shocked at Angela. I'm like, now, Angela, where you been?
Thinking me and Angela had just did this walk in the park. I thought we had a heart to heart. We was getting to know each other. We have similar family backgrounds. And
Oh, girl, she make me want to go blow my nose.
then she switches. And that's where I was just like, you know what, Angela, I can't really rock with you like that.
Who the do you think I am? Like, I know I gave you this Miss Nice Girl.
Yeah.
I'm not her. Hey, you're
Portia, a whore, you should know. Why you over there clutching your
You one of them. You must be one of them because you know about
I remember you saying that.
his whole profile. You one of them because I know you're a whore. I'm not letting up off you.
When she said you probably one of my husband's whores, I was like, whoa.
Not Charles.
Not you and Charles. Charles said, I catch a damn straight.
She's a whore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when
Listen, I love when you say the whole word. I like that. Not hoe. You ain't a hoe. Okay, a hoe is giving like Fashion Over, right? But a whore, girl, a whore is giving Zara. It's giving sex. Okay, listen, a whore. Okay, a whore is going to a nice restaurant. A hoe is possibly getting something to eat. Okay, when I tell you, I would much rather be a whore than a hoe. Don't shorten it, okay?
that whore, that last part. Because like, whatever, hoe, but like, whatever, whore?
We can be a hoe for our husband,
whore.
right?
Oh, absolutely.
In the bedroom,
And
we can
boyfriend.
turn into
Top dollar. Whore. Okay, you better use all the words, all the letters. Whore.
a hoe.
Yes. Don't forget boyfriend. Okay. Angela, you and Britt get into
My God, today.
I really came into this group with an open, welcoming embrace. Like, I give everyone a chance. You know, I want to know. You only get to know everybody.
Right. I'm big on reciprocity. And I think it's important to come into the circle. Drew, you've been here for a minute. Trying to be nice, trying to get to know, trying to get to know the ladies all individually, a clean slate. But once they show you who they are, or show their ass in this case.
I heard some things yesterday that I wish I didn't hear. Portia was inebriated and all of her truth fell out. She said, I should Charles.
Sometimes in this group, ladies just say dumb they say mean I think a lot of that behavior is coming from somewhere usually that doesn't have anything to even do with you at the time. The BALI Q for me was an opportunity for you especially. I just needed to let you marinate for a little longer.
Still marinating on the
But I felt like I saw an opportunity for you to make amends, or at least get on a new page with Portia and also with Shamia.
When we got back, I gave Mrs. Oakley a minute. I text her.
What she said? Ooh, I see it. Wait.
After witnessing the disrespectful behavior towards me and my husband, it's clear that our morals and values don't align.
Okay, wow.
You just got into the circle, so I felt like, you know what, this is an appetizer, child.
Yeah.
So you just come on in here and have the conversation.
I just wanted to create a space for you guys to have a conversation. I spoke to Angela and I spoke to you, Portia. So I'm gonna leave it to you guys to talk.
Okay.
If that's
Thank you, mediator.
I did that
Portia.
for you, Cynthia. I would have never done that any other circumstance. I truly appreciate you just giving me some wisdom. It's not. So I based it off of you and the trust I have for you.
You shouldn't have trust for her.
And I was willing to at least hear her out and hear where she was coming from.
What you walked up on was a complete after party. Somebody brought up something, and I was like, yeah, what's with Angela? Why does she always bring up her husband to me?
But you were the person who said you should Charles.
Girl, no.
Blame it on alcohol. That's what you said.
No,
That's what I heard.
no. I'm not that person.
Girl, I'm not that person.
Don't take that, dude. You weren't supposed to hear that. We were talking
And I know Angela.
Y'all can act like it's just a joke, but you actually did do that, bitch. Like, no, so we can absolutely think you might go fuck Charles just for fun. Yeah, you single. Why not?
Gonna talk about all of us. So, girl, leave it alone.
Yeah, she explained. There is no explanation.
Right, I'm like, how? What was said?
If I offended you about your husband, that was not my intention. And I would like to move forward.
Come on, Jesus.
But
I can't stand people that apologize just so that they can get over it, not because they really sorry. But all you do is just clock them because don't nobody want no apology from you, bitch. I just know I don't fuck with you.
For the sake of moving on, let me at least accept her apology and give her an opportunity
to apologize.
Because first time, shame on you, right? Next time, shame on me.
Absolutely.
So that's her shame on you.
Yeah.
And then.
Right.
And they made up so fast at the Juneteenth event. I just didn't understand. You still mad at me?
Shamia would like to.
Because she expected more of you.
Sit down with you, and I'm sure you'll be very receptive.
She was not feeling me. She was giving it to my ass.
I don't really think the conversation is necessary because it's going to lend itself to something that is not good. You're okay with this.
I hate that. It's like she wasn't feeling you.
I'm like, wait a minute.
She's not feeling you, but you could go ahead and forgive the one who wanted to your husband.
I was mad with her because I felt like we had just made amends.
Right.
She would like to start over.
Likewise. I felt like her and we connected because we're wise.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the wives I'm around typically don't play about their husband.
Right.
At all.
Right.
On any level.
I was just so shocked. Like, you that mad at me? Yeah, I am. Because do you think it's funny if somebody said they want to your husband? Would you think it was funny? I was like, I mean, the way they say it, I probably would laugh. But I have a sick sense of humor. And guess what? If you can get them pants down, and if you can get that dick up out of them, I shouldn't have said this. If you can get that eggplant out of them pants,
right,
and get him to do it,
you might be a professional.
You know,
I felt like being
So if you can, you can. I want us to clock that. Y'all not gonna clock that, but I'm gonna clock that. Shamia might be capping, but Shamia also might be people pleaser enough to be a don't ask, don't tell type bitch. Which usually means he can do whatever the fuck he want to do as long as I don't find out about it. If he want to fuck you and he end up fucking you and I don't find out about it, bitch, good job. Good job. A lot of women feel like that, just to be clear.
Around Shamia, even Britt, that, okay,
Yeah,
the
she's a wife
wives
as
are
well.
gonna, you know, it
Because Britt not a real wife.
can be
Right,
giggles
husbands
when
are
it comes to our
yeah,
husbands.
yeah.
We ain't gonna do that, Portia. And we will check you. Check your friend.
I did laugh at some of the stuff because it would have been awkward for me to be like, no, you don't talk about Angela.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta do that, but I've been in that situation before, and I'm like, men always do stuff like that. Men always try to get you to laugh at some shit that's not really funny, and it's really them trying to laugh at somebody else's expense, because people often like to do that to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've just grown up with people always trying to humble me, always trying to clown on me. That's why I rib so well. Yeah, I'm not about to laugh at some shit that I don't feel like is funny just to make you feel comfortable. I might hit you with a yikes. I'm gonna hit you with that, but I'm not gonna act like that shit cool when it's not.
Yeah. We weren't close like that. And she was definitely riding for Drew like I was riding for Portia. I don't move how most people think I should. Like, if you talk some trash and say what you say, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I don't even think this was from a space of me and Shamia being friends, because her and Portia are best friends.
Right.
And if I saw my best friend saying something that could hurt another woman or hurt herself, I'm a checker. Yeah. Because that's the true meaning of a best friend.
Right. And let's be clear, if my homegirl is somebody that everybody already dragging for having that same moniker, you know, you got a scarlet A on your chest, bitch, I'm gonna be like, girl, like, I mean, I wouldn't even really be friends with somebody like that for a long extended period of time, because after a while I would have been like, yeah, bitch, I'm about tired of you playing with me. Because I think sometimes people let they friends play on their top, throw little slick ass comments their way, shade them and all of that. You got a couple of times to play with me like that. And it's different if we joking with one another. But if we having real conversations, or I'm being like vulnerable with you and you slight me in some type of way while I'm being vulnerable with you, bitch, oh, please understand, I'm just gonna clock you. You're clocked. Good day. You don't like me. Good day. Okay? We ain't got to figure out much more about it, okay? So, Sha, thank you so much for becoming a member. DeQuasia, thank you for the super chat. What bothers me about Portia is that she communicates as if she is a ditzy person and will try to insult your intelligence as if what you are thinking and feeling doesn't really exist. Yes, that's what the gaslighting is called, right? That's gaslighting. Because it's not just about lying to you about something that happened. Lying is lying. Gaslighting is when somebody is giving you a different version of a chain of events that you've experienced so that they can continue to manipulate you and take advantage of them creating a scenario where your understanding is not true. When people start to try to play with how you perceive reality, understand that that's somebody that's trying to gaslight you, even if you don't recognize it at first. Brittany 12, thank you for the super chat. Shamia stated on one of her vlogs that they lost 4 boys. Yeah, it's his sperm, but you gonna keep trying and then internalizing it. Okay. Miko Spice, thank you, boo. What's going on being a member for 20 months? The payment is not included in room, board, medical bills, etc. That's cheap, desperate, and embarrassing. Damn. Jolie, thank you for the super chat. I've been a surrogate, and whoever said 25K lied. That's not at all how surrogacy contracts work. Okay, so that's not true. So the lady probably getting paid more than that. Okay. J Ray, thank you for the super chat. Glad I'm not the only one who clocked it when she made that joke. Also reminds me of when Candy discussed the surrogacy price with Dr. Jackie and complained about the price because she thought it was cheaper. Because there's always some hood girl that you could pay for this type of shit, but you can't trust that they'll give you the baby when it's all said and done. Is it Kiana? Thank you for the super chat, boo. Is Shamia's baby condition due to the surrogate mother getting breast cancer while pregnant? I don't think so. They said that it wasn't, but she was worried about that. Keisha L, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Bondi, did you see the old clip they just posted? Jasmine Brand, maybe of Portia, talking about the proper way to behave around someone's husband. Shaking my head. No, I didn't, but you ain't got to tell me. She literally did it with Drew. You so mad and offended that Drew isn't being loyal to you, but then you turn around and joke about fucking somebody's husband, girl. You ain't no fucking loyalty to nobody, bitch. You just want people to treat you better than you willing to treat them. You want to get over on somebody, girl. Fuck you. Hey, thank you for the super chat. Nothing about you gives angry. Thank you, cause like when I tell you I'm chilling, man, girl, I'm chilling. Okay, chilling like a motherfucker. Chilling like a motherfucker. Kenzie Kane, thank you for the super chat. Kelly told Britt to talk to her pill popping roommate. My God, today. I ain't hear that part. My God, today. So I guess old boy is a pill popper. It makes sense. He looked like it. Dina Dean, thank you for the super chat. Shamia looked like she was playing dress up in that Kente. It do. I don't want to say nothing because she said that's her husband's, culture. And that's why he Kenyan. That's why him and Issa Rae look alike. Didn't she find out she was Kenyan on one of them, Discover Your Root shows or some shit like that? Child, the Kenyans be running their ass off. You ever been to a track meet? Okay, national track meets, child. The Kenyans always are ahead of the pack. Marcel White, thank you for the super chat. Now Dennis has a confessional. I saw that shit and I wasn't mad, but it did feel like she was doing it to one up him being in a scene with Drew. Like, girl. DeQuasia, thank you for the super chat. What I don't understand is why would Shamia even agree to be a cast member on the show that tried to use her to escalate an SA allegation? Because as you've seen, she don't give a fuck. She don't care. It's funny. Like, to me, the way Shamia ignores bad behavior is obviously a pattern for her. Keisha L. Bondi, can you look at the previous super chat? Thank you. I did. Deshaun, thank you for the super chat. Shamia is one of those girls from high school who is cool, but because of her people pleasing, she's a bully by association. Oh yeah, she's a Gretchen. Shamia is an absolute fucking Gretchen. Okay, stop trying to make fetch happen, ass bitch. Absolutely. Those personality archetypes are there for a reason. They are common. J Ray, thank you for the super chat. Remember Marlo years ago at a reunion said Shamia and her husband have an open marriage at first, but then closed it. So you're not too far off. Cause listen, the women that's not about to be stressed out, they just gonna let these niggas do whatever they want to do and then make excuses for them on the back end. Issa Sanglanese, and Kente is Guyanian. Oh, okay. She's Sanglanese. All right. But they do look alike. God damn it. And the Kenyans do be looking alike. But y'all know everybody kind of have, they share certain genetic markers. Okay, got you. Oh, girl, y'all know I'm Cameroonian. Mm-hmm. Only the one on my mama's side. I didn't do one for my dad's side, but I did one for my mom's side. I would have to get my brother, I think, to do for my dad's side. But bro, when they said Cameroonian, I was like, that's it? Just one? That's wild. Shani Scrubs in Style, thank you for the super chat, boo. Baby's condition was likely related to the need for early delivery, secondary to the cancer. Chemotherapy is harmful to the fetus. Ah, there you go. Yeah. It's a tough situation all in all. And like I said, people gonna do whatever they want to do, and I don't begrudge anybody for doing what they feel like they need to do, but I do wish that women did not have such a desperation to have things that they, first of all, may not necessarily want if they were being honest with themselves, because it's like they're being coerced. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I feel. I don't really know what to tell y'all, but I think sometimes when things don't happen naturally, it's for a reason. And I think that we sometimes force things that aren't necessarily, meant to take place. But whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? So I feel like they're going to figure out a way to make it work. They have money, they have means, they have other family, but I still feel like we are watching exploitation and desperation for misogyny, for the patriarchy. So a man can have a boy child. Naturally, LC, thank you for being a member for 60 months. Hey, Bondi, Portia is a flop this season. We don't need Phaedra, period. Now, they really could have just gave us a whole new cast, to be real. Because the new girls got some shit going on. Oh yeah, Kente is most West African, not Kenyan. I wasn't saying Kente, but that's what she said. She said that she was wearing Kente because he was Kenyan. That's what she said, y'all, not me. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna pretend to know exactly what go where. I'm not. I don't know, y'all. I don't. Okay, I just know that husband looked like Issa Rae, and a lot of the times the Kenyans do have like a facial features that are similar, and they look alike. Girl, listen, when I was looking up them Cameroonian people, I was like, that for damn sure look like my grandma. You know what I'm saying? That look like my great grandma. Like the bone structure of the face very much looks like my people. But you know it is what it is, girl. I ain't about to be mad at nobody. I don't know. I don't know. Yep. I'm not gonna pretend like I know. I don't know, girl. You could be right. I could be wrong. I don't know. Yep. Cameroon, Great Britain, and Philippines slave trade messed us up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all already know. But you know, we's here now, and I'm gonna tell y'all, don't let nobody tell y'all that African American people don't have culture. You find out how much culture you have whenever you go somewhere else and miss being here. Okay? God damn it, I need R&B being played when I go somewhere. Fuck. Oh, sorry, y'all. Go to fucking Florida. Every place that you go to, somebody is playing Latin music. Okay? I want some R&B. That's why I like Thailand so much, man. The Thai people be having they version of R&B, and I was like, see, I like this. I like this. Okay. I can't understand nothing they saying, but the way this sound, yeah, I'm feeling this. Okay. Just like I don't like too much Afro beats. Like I like it, but after a while, I'm like, man, everybody sound the same. Once y'all play them first good 6 songs, it's like we in a rotation of the same song. Okay, just that's why everybody got their culture, and that's why I love being African American. Okay, I love being Black American, whatever the fuck you want to call it, because our specific culture is a culture, and we get used to it, and you feel the loss of it when you go other places. You know what I'm saying? But I love Thailand, y'all. I want to go back so bad. Like for real, me and Thailand go together real bad. It's real inclusive. They like gay people out there, and you know, weed is everywhere. And yeah, and the beach, you get beach, weed, gay people. Child, let me go. Let me get out. Let me go on here to leave y'all here to fight with these white people. Okay, as long as I can do YouTube. Okay, that's all I need. I work abroad. They fucking with me. It's time for me to go anyway. I appreciate y'all for coming through. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.